Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Aluh Rizki from Nsdc Lombok Timur, acting as the leader of opposition of the House under the motion. This House prefers the strategy of pushing for institutional reform to address police abuse and misconduct rather than defunding the police. Before I would like to jump into my argument, I would like to give some rebuttal towards the argument of governments of the House. Firstly, the governments of the House try to believe that by using their mechanism, it will directly solve the problem in status quo. But we are from opposition of the House, we say no. Why? First mechanism that they would like to deliver is they would like to put members from communities of color to erase the domination of people who has a white color in police department itself. But we see from opposition side of the House, it cannot make sure the right of communities of color will get acknowledged directly. And then I would like to elaborate it more on my argument later. And then the second is they try to believe we cannot give punishment to all police officers because the mistake from such ocnum that do such kind of problems in our status quo. But we say that it is really justifiable for us to do this kind of proposal because we believe that from opposition of the House, the police department already broke the name of police department, also the country, because they already broke the fundamental thing in democracy country. Okay, let's jump into my argument. Firstly, we are from oppositions of the House. We agree with the cases that the governments of the House already brought before. They brought the idea of racism, radicalism, misconduct that massively done and happening in our status quo right now in all around the world. We are from opposition side of the House believe that it's not a simple problem, so it also impact all the stakeholders like the police department, the government, and also the societies itself. The societies feel really insecure and never get the feeling of safety because this kind of misconduct that already happened in our status quo by our police department. And then we would like to clarify from opposition side of the House why is it really justifiable for us to do this kind of proposal that is defunding the police. Firstly, we believe that from opposition side of the House, the police department itself already broke the fundamental thing, that is humanity. By doing such kind of racism, radicalism, in misconduct, it's already broke the essence of humanity. They already unacknowledge the right of human itself. So, and then we also believe that it's already broke the principle of democracy in a democracy country. We believe that USA, United States, is a full democracy country who has principle of democracy. That is first, the rule of law. The rule of law in democracy country must be really strict toward the police department because they are as a people who maintain the rule of law itself. How can we make sure the principle democracy in democracy country like United States will be maintained as well if the people who can run the rule of law already broke the fundamental thing. And then also by the mechanism that the governments of the House already provided before, that is they would like to put members from communities of color, it cannot make sure the communities of color will get acknowledged because it cannot break the domination of white people because they are only minorities. So they will not erase the domination of people of color. And then let me characterize to you the stakeholders in this motion. Firstly, from the government, the tendency of government, they want the police department give safety to all the societies because the main job of the government is to provide the securities to all of societies, not only for the majorities but also the minorities, that is the communities of color. And then the second is the police department. We believe that from opposition side of the House, they are the guard for societies who has a main job to maintain the security among the societies. So it's really unjustified for them to do this kind of racism, radicalism, and misconduct. And then the third is the societies. The societies in a democracy country like United States, they have a right because of the principle of democracy that they have in their country. That is first the freedom of speech. they can fight for their own right, because this kind of prejudice action that the police officers did is really unjustifiable to do, whether in democracy country or all around the world. And also the characterization of the country itself. The democracy country hold the principle of democracy, that is the rule of law that I've stated before, should be strict to the policy of the parliament. And then why we also believe that from opposition side of the house, why by pushing for institutional reform is not the effective way to solve the problem in our status quo, but defunding is the best way, is the only way to achieve our goal here. We would like to characterize to you that what is defunding that we mean here is defunding. By defunding we would like to remove significant funding, but not abolish. But the role of police would be severely limited. Like they would only handle, like example of the violent crimes, reduce the amount of weapons and also the facilities itself. So from this characterization of defunding, we believe that it is the only way that is the more effective way to achieve our goal in our status quo. After we run this kind of scenario, we believe that it can maintain all the stakeholders' satisfaction. Like the government, they can control the abuses powered by the police department, and also police department will get their good name back among the societies, because there is narrative to the societies that they will not do this kind of problem anymore in the future, because the government already take their weapon, or already strict and limited their job and etc. And also the societies will never worry anymore, because the weapon already taken by the government, so they will feel safe in the future. And then we also believe that from opposition side of the house, even if they will reform, they will not get any trust from societies anymore. Let's we compare our proposal and the government side of the house proposal. Firstly, from the effectiveness, which one is more effective in our status quo? We believe that from opposition side of the house, by defunding is more way effective by this kind of characterization that we already provide to you. And then the second is which way will get the society's trust anymore. Definitely, the defunding will get more will be more solutive to in our status quo. And then the third is which way that can give benefit only for short term but also long term. We believe that from opposition side of the house, by reforming the police department, it will create a short-term benefit, but no one can guarantee. Who knows, this kind of problem like racism, radicalism, and misconduct will happen anymore, will happen again in the future. No one can guarantee that. But by defunding, it will directly stop the problem, because all the weapon and all facilities and the job of the police itself already limited by the government. So it will create benefits and will maintain good name for police officer itself. And then we also from opposition side of the house, we also have models which we believe that it will create a long-term benefit. Firstly, the society itself will be safe from any misconduct by police that might be happen in the future. And then the government can control abuses of power, and also the police can get a good name itself. That's what we would like to achieve in this motion. We beg to oppose this motion. Thank you.